Thank you.
Preview.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Hi, how is everyone? I hope everyone is doing fine. To those who are getting your vaccination today, please observe all the SOPs and stay safe. I can't wait to see you in school face to face. Okay, I am Teacher Faith Bahtiar from SMK Tengku Panglima Perang, Tengku Muhammad, Kuantan. It is an honor for me to be speaking here today. I will be doing speaking, which is SPM English 1119/3. I hope whatever I share here will give you benefit for you to prepare yourself for your coming SPM examination, especially for the speaking assessment. Before we start, here is a brain teaser. This is actually a riddle, and we can see who will have the answer for this. Okay, it goes like this. I never was, but always will be. No one ever saw me, but everyone knows that I exist. I give people the motivation to be better every day. What am I? So, if you know the answer to this riddle, please feel free to share it in the comment or the text box. All the best. Okay, so we go to the CFR assessment. This year will be the first batch of students who will sit for CEFR-Aligned SPM. This is also the final year for the KSSM batch, and they will be tested for their SPM. There are 4 skills involved. You have your reading, you have your writing, you have speaking, and also listening. All the skills are given equal weightage. As you can see from my charts here, you will have 25% of reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And if you can see, reading, the total marks will be 40 marks. And writing, you have the maximum of 60 marks. For listening, the maximum marks will be 30, and for speaking, you have 24 marks. So here we are going to focus on speaking. You see, I am no math genius, but for that 24 marks, if you score the total marks of that, you will get your 25% of your 1119 paper. So, to put it in an easier term, 1 mark from your speaking will be equivalent to 1 point something marks for your 1119 English paper. So, I strongly urge you to score and to practice well for your speaking. And honestly speaking, speaking skills are the most important here, because you will be speaking not only for your exam, but also for your real life situation. Sometimes in life, you will not be doing much reading and writing, but you will definitely do a lot of speaking and listening. So it is very helpful for you to have good speaking skills because it is very beneficial for your real life situation. I always stress to my student that whatever you learn in school is not only for exam. You must be able to use your knowledge and the information in your real life situation. So this is the most obvious scenario. Okay, moving on to the format. So you have 3 parts in your speaking task. Okay, the first part would be control short individual responses, and then the second part is individual long turn with a listening candidate response question, and the final part is a discussion task followed by decision question and then further discussion task. Okay, this is very technical. Maybe some of you will not have a clear view of all these parts. Moving on. For example, the first part. Question will be asked based on your personal details and daily routines. So don't worry here. This is very basic. The question, for example, what's your name? You know your name, right? Or where do you live? Okay, here you must know your address, okay, the location of your house, and also things like what do you normally do after you wake up. So this is your daily routine, your normal behavior every day. Maybe sometimes the interlocutor is the person who will be asking you all the questions. Okay, we'll ask you about your hobby or your favorite activities or anything that is normal and routine and based on your personal experience. So you don't have to worry much here. Okay, the second part 2, this is an individual long-term task and also listening candidate response question. So you have to pay attention and listen carefully to whatever your partner is saying here. Okay, a topic will be given. The topic will be based on your personal experience, and later, after all the explanation from your partner, you will be asked a question on your partner's topic. Okay, for example, let's say you have candidate X and candidate Y. This is the speaking assessment scenario. So the interlocutor will ask the candidate X to talk about a family celebration you had recently. So X here will be talking about that. So you as Y should listen carefully and try to understand. And later at the end of this, the interlocutor will ask you something that is related to this topic but not similar. For example, what was the last celebration you had? Was it fun? And why? So here you have to draw your own personal experience to be able to answer this. Clear now? I hope so. Okay, next. So this is the final part. Part 3 will be based on a discussion task. So you have a topic, and that topic you need to discuss on it, and then you need to come to a consensus on the decision, and finally a joint question will be asked to both of you. Alright, this is what I'm talking earlier. Speaking, which is a very beneficial skill, life versus exam. So in both scenarios, speaking will involve sharing information and also expressing opinion. Sharing information here is how you offer details or knowledge to others. For example, like in the first part, you'll be sharing your personal information like your name, your age maybe, your hobby, and also your daily routines. And for the second part, expressing opinion, here is how you can share or express or voice out your ideas and how you feel about things. Okay? But don't forget that listening is also involved. You have to listen to understand the question, and you have to listen to respond. Okay, imagine this situation. For example, you are out. Let's say you go to Teluk Cempedak. Teluk Cempedak is a famous beach in Kuantan, just in case those from outside Kuantan do not know that. So you go to Teluk Cempedak, you enjoy ice cream and the view, and suddenly come along tourists, foreign tourists from other country maybe, and they ask you a question. So you have to listen carefully, you have to understand to the question, and also you have to listen on how you want to respond on that situation. Clear? So here, when you speak, you will be also using your listening skills. I hope everyone is clear on that. Okay, now we can start preparing ourselves. So you prepare yourself for your speaking assessment. There are 3 elements that I would like to focus. The first one is vocabulary. The second one would be keywords, and the final one is on expressing yourself. Okay, here goes. Vocabulary. So you have to understand the basic common words to share personal details. For example, like your name, your age, address, and maybe hobby. Okay, vocabulary here is like building blocks. In language, vocabulary is equivalent to building blocks. For example, you want to build something. So if you have limited building blocks, all you can create is maybe a small hut or a small house. But if you have a lot of vocabulary, you have so many words that you know, you have extensive expression, you can build maybe a mansion, you can build maybe skyscrapers, not one but more than one, because you have a lot of words. You have an extensive vocabulary. Okay, so my suggestion, how can you enhance your collections of vocabulary? Very simple, very easy. You have to expose yourself to the language. You can read a lot of things in English, or you can use the language in your personal situation at home, talking to your parents, discussion with your friends, okay? Or better still, you can enjoy movies, songs, jokes, and all those entertainment in English. Okay, so let's say you are watching a movie. Please make sure you have the subtitle in English as well, so that you get to practice your language and you get to learn how certain vocabulary is being used in the correct context. Very easy, right? It is not like studying at all. It is like enjoying yourself plus learning something new. So that would be the bonus of language learning. Okay, next, you must know how to explain daily routines and personal preferences. So here are some examples. Okay, the first one. Every morning I wake up at 6 a.m. and get ready for school. If you want to elaborate more, please go ahead. You can include what the activities or your routine on what you do every day. If not, this is also enough. Okay, or another example, on weekends I help my parents at home. You can stop here, or you can explain further by telling your interlocutor or your friends on what are the activities you do to help your parents. Okay, the next one, I love to watch Korean drama during my free time. My current favorite is Squid Game. Have you watched it? Oh my goodness. It is such an interesting series. You have to watch it. Okay? So you can use all these personal experience. You can use all these personal details to explain your daily routines. This is for your part 2 of your speaking assessment. Okay, the next one is you can learn practical language expressions to be used in discussion. Remember, the third part, the final part, you have to discuss on a topic. So the word discussion itself is actually showing that there will be more than one person and there will be exchanges of information from you and the other members in your discussion group. Okay, here is what you can use to say what you think. This is where you express your ideas or your opinion. Okay, all these are only examples. Okay, it might not be true and it might not be relatable for some of you, but please treat these as examples only. The first one, I think that MU, do you know what is MU? Manchester United, is a great football team. Okay, I am truly sorry to those other teams. Yeah. So you can use the expression I think that to state or to signal or to tell your listener this is your opinion, this is your idea. Okay, it might not be true for them, but this is your own personal opinion. I feel that Squid Games is too extreme for children. I would say that getting vaccinated is important for everyone. I believe that online learning is not as effective as attending school. So all those words in capital letters are actually the expression you can use to start your giving or sharing opinion. Do I make myself clear so far? Okay, next, you can also ask your friend's opinion in the discussion. This is important as not to let you dominate the whole discussion. Okay, because there are others. And in the speaking assessment, there will be the two of you and your partner. Okay, what do you think about Liverpool? Or why do you think that watching Squid Game is not good? Or do you agree that getting vaccinated is important for everyone? What is your opinion of online learning? Again here, all those capital letters words would be your language expression to ask your friend on his or her opinion on things. Moving on. Okay, this is actually from Instagram. Some ideas on ways to say I think. Okay, you can also follow the account for more words or for more language expression. Okay. Next, another function for discussion is when you have to agree or disagree. Remember, in a discussion, it is okay. It is totally acceptable to yes, agree, or no, disagree. Okay, but you must do it politely. You must do it in a good manner. For example, for agreeing, you can use this. The simple one, I agree with you. Okay, very clear, very straightforward. Or, I think you are right about that. Okay, or you can also say, I feel exactly the same. And the final one, that's my opinion too. Actually, there are more expressions to use when you agree. I only share some of it here. You can explore yourself later on. Moving on, if you disagree, if you don't think, no, that is not the case, you can use all these expressions. I think you might be wrong about that. Or, I wouldn't say that because MU is not the best football team. Okay, sorry MU supporters. This is only an example, yeah. Or the simplest one, I disagree with you. This is straightforward. This is very direct. And the last one, I don't think that's the case, because online learning is also very convenient. Please note that you can use the language expression plus the details or the statement on whatever you are agreeing or disagreeing. Okay, moving on. Okay, the next step when you prepare for your speaking assessment is you must be alert on the keywords. Okay, focus on the keywords of the question, booklets given, and your partner's response. For your example, booklets will be given for you as stimulus to trigger your discussion and also your response. Okay, so you focus or you highlight or you pay attention to the keywords, and then you can organize your response based on the keywords. Okay, let me show you an example. So here, this is an example for part 2. You will be given something like this, okay, to discuss on a topic on your shopping experience. Okay, talk about your shopping experience. You should say, where do you go shopping? How often do you go shopping there? How much money would you spend? And the final one, do you compare prices before buying the clothes? Why or why not? So here, all the words in red is actually the keywords here. Okay, you have shopping experience, you have where for location, you have how often, okay, you have money, and you have the element of comparing prices. So when you look at this stimulus, you will be able to organize what you will be sharing. You will be able to organize things that you would like to say in your discussion. Okay? It will be easier, it will be more understandable for the interlocutor and also your speaking partner. Okay, the last part of preparing yourself. Here, I devise a simple acronym to remember the steps. SES. Okay, so SES here is to help you in your sharing opinion or your expressing ideas. The first part is S is actually for state your idea or your opinion. The next one, E is to explain it. The final one, another S, is actually a signal for you to give your friend to say something or to agree or disagree with you. This is very beneficial for your part 3, your discussion task. Okay, always remember when you say something, okay, this is not only in exam or speaking test, this is also applicable when you are talking to your friends, your family members, or when you communicate with others outside in the real life situation. Always remember to defend or to justify your statement. Okay, I'm giving you the simplest scenario. For example, if I say, I like spaghetti. I cannot stop there. I must be ready to justify my statement. Why? Why spaghetti? Why I like it? So I need to be ready with details to explain why I like spaghetti. For example, I like spaghetti because it is tasty and it has a lot of tomato-based gravy. Maybe that is important to me because I love tomatoes so much. Alright? Okay, let's not talk about food. Let's talk about other things. Another example. Let's say I tell people I like learning English so much. Okay, now I have to be ready to defend why did I say that. For example, I like learning English so much because it is a very interesting subject. English is beautiful. English is a beautiful language. English sounds very nice and pleasant to the ears. You know, sometimes you have language that is very melodious, right? Okay. Or maybe I can say I like learning English so much because my teacher is very friendly and understanding. I can tell her all sort of things and share so many common ideas. Okay, so that would be the example for how you can justify or defend whatever you are saying. It is also very good, very beneficial and practical to practice this in your real life situation. Okay, this is an example of the discussion task. This is part 3 for your speaking assessment. You will be given a stimulus like this, okay, a mind map. Why do people use social media? And then ideas or key points or notes will be given like this. The first one, entertainment, friendship, information, trend, business, and also network. And remember, there are 2 of you during the speaking assessment. So you and your partner, don't fight. There are more than enough things to say here. So maybe you can decide. A will get the first one, which is entertainment. B will talk about the second one, which is friendship. And A will go for information, and B will have trend. And then A will get business, and B will talk about network. You try to rotate that way so that your discussion will be smooth and organized and easy to follow. Okay? It is important so that your assessor and interlocutor will get a clear understanding of the whole discussion. Okay. Let's see how we can put the SES in action for this part 3. Okay, for example, you have candidate A, you have your SES. So candidate A will start the ball rolling candidate A will be the first to talk in the discussion. For example, maybe this is what A will say. I think people use social media for entertainment. So that is stating your idea or your opinion. So social media here functions as entertainment, the source of entertainment. A cannot stop there. A must say more. A must explain further. A must offer more things so that the listeners, who are the listeners? Your partner, the interlocutor, and also the assessor will have a clear understanding on the topic. So here E is for the explanation. I think people use social media for entertainment. You can have access to many songs, videos, and jokes on social media like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Okay, there are so many things there. You can go on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on those social medias for the whole day, right? You do that at home, right? I believe so. And if you want to stop here, fine, you can do that. But if you have more things to say regarding this, on this entertainment aspect, fine, you can also share that. But if you have nothing else to say and you want to prompt, or you want to cue, or you want to hint for your partner to now speak, you use the S, the other S here, which is signal, so that your partner will know, okay, now is my turn to say something. Now I can start telling them my ideas and opinion. So that is the function of the next S. You ask your partner, what is your opinion on this? Alright, moving on. Okay, let's say this is the partner, candidate B. As soon as you hear this, what is your opinion on this? You know that this is the cue, this is the signal for you to start talking. So you state your ideas, your opinion, your first S. In my opinion, okay, that is stating your ideas. In my opinion, the language expression. Social media is for people to enjoy friendship. You stop there for S. But don't stop forever. You need to explain. You need to give more details. You need to elaborate. You need to justify your ideas, your opinion. That is your E, explain. In my opinion, social media is for people to enjoy friendship. You can get connected with your old friends and make some new ones too. Do you have anything else to say? Fine. If you have more ideas, if you want to say more, you can do so. But if you have nothing else to say, you can signal your partner to start talking. But obviously, you can include more explanation and more example. For example, let's say you can get connected with your old friends and make some new ones too. You know what you can do here? You can draw in your personal experience. Like me, I met my primary school friends on Instagram, and we get to reconnect and we get to catch up on each other's life. It is like a reunion for both of us. So here you are including your personal experience in the discussion. Excuse me. But if you have nothing else to say, you can do your signaling. Do you agree on this? Okay. The moment you signal, it is the cue for your friends to start talking and to move on to the next item on the mind map, on the stimulus given. So you have covered the first one, entertainment, and also the second one, friendship, and now the ball is in candidate A's court. So candidate A should now be talking on information using the same formula, SES, and later B will be talking on trend, again using SES. And the cycle goes on until you have covered all the given key points. Okay? For discussion task, your next task would be, after you have talked about all the given key points, you need to come to a consensus or to agree on one best item. Okay, for example, maybe for this one, your interlocutor will be asking, so finally, which one will be the main reason people use social media? So both of you, A and B, should agree on one item. Any of these 6. Okay, agree on one item. No fighting, but be ready to agree on a decision. And then, when you have told your decision, when you have picked one single factor for people using the social media, a joint question will be asked to both of you. For example, do you think social media encourage negative behavior? So both of you will need to say something about that question. That is the joint question. This time around, you don't have to discuss anymore. For that joint question, all you have to do is share your ideas or your opinion. I hope everything is clear. So if you have anything to ask, you can do now. But if not, my final words would be, I hope you do a lot of practice. Okay, use the language at home. Use the language anywhere else. Use it when you study for other subjects. For example, when you study for your history or for your physics, chemistry or biology or maybe geography, you look for materials in English so that it is an advantage for you to have both benefit, which is the subject you are studying and the language you are learning. Next, you can also read a lot. Reading is always very beneficial. You read and you get many benefits. You get the pleasure of reading. You get the entertainment of stories. And most importantly, you get the language that you are reading. So, one single action with many benefits. And finally, remember that you have to put aside all the negativity. People will say things, negative things. For example, like when you try to speak in English with your friends, some of them might have a negative attitude, like, oh my goodness, you are so snobbish. Why talk in English? Fine, ignore your friend. You do it because you have to practice. You do it because you enjoy speaking in English. You do it because you want to improve your language. Okay? You must learn how to block, how to ignore, or how to walk away from negative people like that. Okay, I think that is all for now. If you have questions, please feel free to maybe drop it in the comment section. I hope you excel in your speaking assessment for the English CFR-Aligned exam. Bring glory home. That's all from me. Thank you very much.